Is it gonna fall? No, I hope I don't fall. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kiara, and I'm back with another video. And yeah, guys, you can see by the title, it's another story time. I'm trying to come up with some more content. This ain't gonna be no story time channels. That's not none of that. I'm getting into the rhythm of telling stuff about my life. You know what I'm saying? So, this not gonna be a whole story time channel. Trust and believe, but you know, that's just what I feel like talking about. I can talk, and I feel like this is, what I like to talk about. Okay, so this is about the time that a guy I was talking to basically was using me as a distraction from his girlfriend, and I didn't know. I'm gonna tell you about that in a minute. Okay, so this was summertime. I was taking summer classes at my college, and I was single, living my life or whatever, playing the field. And I was on Instagram just scrolling, minding my business, and I get a DM from I need to be coming up with names in advance, cause babe, Marlon. I got a DM from Marlon, and he was like, "Hey, long time no see." And I'm like, "I know, right?" Cause we was talking for a little bit, but then we stopped talking for a very specific amount of time. Me and him both knew the exact time, cause okay, so we was talking. I was asking him the basic questions when you start back talking to somebody. Hey, do you go with somebody? He was like, no, I'm single. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm single as well, so it won't be no drama. That's what I thought. So we started back texting, catching up on stuff in our lives. He had some things that changed in his life for the good. Same with me. Um, what else? It went from DMs like to on the phone almost immediately. Like, he gave me his number, I gave him my number, I can't remember, and we started texting and FaceTiming like crazy. So the profession he's in, he has a lot of free time. So we was FaceTiming like a lot. And he would hype me up, telling me how cute I am, and making me feel good. Not that I, don't already look the bomb, but he was hyping me up, like, dang, you fine, and taking screenshots of me on FaceTime. I'm like, boy, you better stop. And everything was cool, everything was chill. This lasted for about 2 days. I am not exaggerating. This lasted about 2-3 days. And we had started texting one night, and he went ghost, like, out of nowhere. And so I called him. I was like, oh, I guess he might be busy. So I went to go take a shower. I come back. I get a missed call from him. And I'm doing that for a reason. So I tried to call him back, and I didn't get no answer. So I said, okay, well, I'm finna go to sleep. I wake up to my phone. I got a notification from a random number that I knew nothing about. I never saw this area code a day in my life, so I was like, I'm finna read the message. That thing was this thick. I swear, probably this long, and I wish I kept the receipts, but I didn't know I was gonna talk about this. I didn't even know I was gonna do this. So I'm just upset, but y'all gonna have to believe me on this. I got a message It said, hey, I saw my boyfriend. No, he said, yeah, I saw your number in my boyfriend's phone. Do you know a Marlon? Because he said that you were his cousin's photographer friend from Louisiana. And I'm like, what? I promise you that still kills me to this day. Like, he came up with an extravagant detail lie. So extravagant. I was like, I didn't know I was a photographer. Like, seriously. So I didn't reply to the message because, one, I thought it was a prank. I thought somebody was trying me to see, if I was going to fold. I ignored the message and I went to him. I went to Marlon because I'm like, it's about him. So I'm not finna talk to somebody. I don't know what's going on. So I went to Marlon. I was like, hey, Marlon, do you know anything about, this, anything like, do you know anything about this text message? No reply. I waited for hours. And I was like, this seems kind of fishy. Like, don't seem to right, a little sus. So I left it alone. I gave him a day to reply. And I went to work that day. I asked my coworker / cousin, I was like, what should I do about this? Because he told me he was single, but I get a text message from somebody saying, I saw your number in my boyfriend's phone. And she said his name. So that's how I know, it wasn't no games being played. So she was like, talk to her. If he ain't texting back, talk to her. Explain it, say your side, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you right. I should, because he taking too long and I want to see what's going on. So I finished work that night. I go to bed that night. I wake up in the morning. I finally text the girl back. I was like, yeah, I do know him. I do know Marlon, but he told me he was single. And literally like that, as soon as it said delivered, she called me on FaceTime audio. And we got on the phone. We started chit-chatting. She was not mad at all. This was the most maturest conversation I ever had in my life about a dude. She was basically telling me how him and her had a scrap. They was into it with each other. And he left to go clear his mind. And I guess in between that situation, he started talking to me because I guess he was mad at her. So he was like, I'm finna go talk to one of my other females I used to talk to and get my mind off of this girl. And I was like, that's not what you do when you mad at your partner. But anyway, me and the girl talked on the phone for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I know. So we got on the phone. She was telling me, we had, like, me and Marlon had, like, a lot of text messages in between each other in them 2 to 3 days. FaceTime and phone calls, all that. And she was like, send them to me. So, me being me, I'll be like, here, get all of it. I didn't even save his name. I just had the number. So she know for a fact, you can see it on the screen. That is his number, the whole thing. And I sent her everything I could. I sent all the FaceTime calls. I sent all the text messages, all that. And she was like, thank you, girl. I'm so glad we could be, grown women about the situation. You didn't have to come to me cussing me out. I ain't have to come to you cussing you out because it ain't about you and me. It's about him. And I was like, yes, ma'am. That's the type of energy I love to see. We love to see that. So we talked, and we finally got off the phone, and I told him, she told me, she was like, don't tell him nothing. I'll talk to him. It's gonna be all right. And so, literally, I promise you, almost in like a 5-minute gap between when I got off the phone, he texted me. He was like, man, He was like, yo, Kiara, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to go down like that, you know. Just send her everything you got. I don't care no more. Send her all the screenshots. I was like, you ain't got to tell me. I done already did it. So what is you talking about? And, oh, before that, when I was trying to get his attention before I texted the girl back, I was like, do you know anything about this? Then when he didn't text me back, I got upset. And I was like, okay, so since you're not texting me back, why is your girlfriend texting me? Texting my phone. Like, how does she even know my phone number? Like, I don't like when people know my information. I don't even know them. So, he was like, yo, Kara, just send the girl everything. I don't care no more. Just send her all the stuff we had together. I don't care. And I'm like, oh, I've already done it. You so late. And so, honestly, that was the last text message that I received from him for like, that was the last message I sent from, I was with him for like, shoot, another year. Another year had went by before I heard from this dude again. But 9 times out of 10, oh, I'm gonna tell you how I know they got back together. After I sent her all the screenshots, all that, they got back together, which was very disappointing to me because I'm like, I thought the way she was talking, she was like, I don't have nobody make me look stupid. Once I figure this out, it's over with. Blah blah blah. I found out they got back together and broke up again, and got back together and broke up again and got back together. So in my head, I'm like, this not their first rodeo. I was just like a little speed bump along the way. So I wouldn't even say I got played because I didn't care. I was just talking to him. I wasn't getting no feelings for the dude. It's like it was whatever with me. So they got back together, and a year later, he hits me back up. But I had forgot his number, so I was like, who is this? And he told me who it was. Well, he FaceTimed me because that's his go-to. He FaceTimed me. And I was like, oh, freak. And he basically told me how after the whole situation with the girl and me, that she just cried and boo-hooed, and they got back together and it was all good. So now he is just not even on my radar anymore. Like, if I ever hear from him again, it's not even gonna be a thing because I don't care. You see what I'm saying? I don't care. I've moved on. I learned my lesson. That's just what you do when you mad at your boo. Bars. That's just what you do when you mad at your significant other, and I'm not gonna be a person to entertain you anymore. So you kind of messed that up for yourself. But yeah, guys, that was shorter than I'm so glad it was shorter than the last one I made, because that last one killed me. So thank y'all for watching my second story time in a row. I promise this will not be a story time channel, I swear. But make sure y'all go like, comment, subscribe, share, all that, because I know you want to support your girl. See what I'm saying? So I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. I did a lot of preparation for this story time. I wrote notes and everything, so I am on my stuff. You see me? So yeah, guys, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.